Show starts in 5 minutes.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us, and we extend a cordial welcome to you. We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with the new, colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading about. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome.
Hey, fellas, don't fight over that hot dog. There's plenty for everyone. Big, plump, and juicy, wrapped in an oven-fresh bun. Add mustard, relish, ketchup, and go to work. Yes, the hot dogs at our refreshment center are the best you'll find anywhere. Everybody agrees on that.
It's 4 minutes till showtime.
Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. We promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go! Show starts in 3 minutes.
Your attention, please. All new hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
It's 2 minutes till showtime.
Popcorn, candy, ooh, hot dog, popsicle. Oh boy, banana orange.
Show starts in 1 minute.
There are words men live by, words of strength, of wisdom, and of peace. We urge you to find the spiritual comfort and guidance we all so greatly need by attending your place of worship regularly.
Here's a new taste treat. The corn dog. Plump, juicy wieners are dipped in a thick, golden Southern-style corn batter that seals in all their freshness and flavor. If you like hot dogs, you'll love corn dogs. Everybody does. Try a corn dog with your favorite beverage. At the refreshment corner now. Corn dogs.
Broadcasting live from beautiful Union City, New Jersey. This is your movie quiz for Wednesday, October 6th, 2021. Here we go. Good evening and welcome to the movie quiz. I am your host, Chris Mann-Nelson, and in just a couple of minutes, I am going to be walking you through 4 rounds of film-themed trivia and puzzles. So this is a completely interactive game to play. You don't have to just sit there and say, "Oh, I know that. I could answer that. I could possibly win this game." You can possibly win this game. By heading to this website right here, play.themoviequiz.com. Once you are there, you will see a sign-up field where you can enter your email and a team name. Pick a good team name and hit join the game, and you will be in it. You will be on the leaderboard. It's a completely pay-as-you-wish game to play. You don't have to pay anything to join, but we do rely on donations to keep it going. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the game. So once you have signed up and registered your team and joined the game, you will be playing against our 2 special guest players tonight. They've both been here before, and I'm really excited to welcome them back. Please welcome back to the movie quiz, Matthew Starr and Achilles Stamatelaky. Hello, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'll just get a couple of minutes, give people a couple of minutes to sign up here. Achilles, last time you were here, you won, I believe. I think you were the first ever guest winner in the history of the show. We've had a small handful of them now, but you were still the first. So I don't know if you've taken that with you, if people recognize you from that on the street.
Yeah, I get stopped constantly on the street. I can't, go to a restaurant without somebody stopping me. Hey, you were the first guy who won the trivia contest, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm meeting with my family here. So.
Yeah, please give me. Yes, that's me. Thank you for being a fan. So you're going to do great, and you're teaming up. You guys are teaming up tonight, which is, I always like to see that. I enjoy seeing. It's fun seeing head-to-head combat as well. But
I did not win last time I was here, so I thought it was only best for me to team up with Achilles.
Yeah, it's the smart move. And now you'll be completely unstoppable. We'll see, though. We'll see what happens, because we have some very good teams who are here week in and week out. We got 13 teams signed up at the moment, which is excellent and exciting. So I think let's not waste everybody's time. I always run long, so let me try not to run long, and let's just jump into the game here. We got a couple of ground rules before we get started. Number 1, no Googling or IMDbing or any other kind of cheating. Don't cheat. Just use what's up here and in your mind and in your teammates' mind. Number 2, if you're watching on Twitch or on YouTube, don't put answers in the chat. Just head to the website down below and sign up. You can actually type them in and join. Number 3, spelling does not count unless I tell you that it counts. There's very occasionally I have specific, if it's like a puzzle round, but usually spelling does not count. There's grading software that catches most things that are, spelled mostly correctly, and I can override and if I know what you're talking about. Last names are fine. If it's like an actor's name, you can type just their last name unless otherwise noted. You can change your answer before time runs out, and most importantly, type or select your answer and don't forget to hit submit. Even for multiple choice questions, you're going to think, oh, I clicked it. You got to click it and then hit submit. All right. So Matt, Achilles, are you ready?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay. All right, here we go. So let's jump into our first of all, I can't do anything unless I put the game into in-game mode. We are now officially in-game mode. It's coming at you. Yeah, very fancy.
Graphics.
Very fancy graphic. They're clashing with the words behind it, which doesn't look it doesn't look too good. But and I like to give everyone a headache immediately to just get your brain going. Just work around that pain. All right. So let's get started with our first round of tonight's game, which is Inherited Roles. So The Many Saints of Newark came out this week. So it's about sons and daughters in the same role as their parents. Okay, here we go. Here comes your first question of the night. Let me get rid of those two. Here we go. Question number 1, the multiple choice question. The Many Saints of Newark dropped this past weekend with James Gandolfini's son filling his dad's shoes as Tony Soprano. What is the younger Gandolfini's first name? Is his name Michael, Anthony, James Jr., or Polly Walnuts? What is his real... What is
Achilles, go with me on this one.
Hear me out. All right. What is the younger Gandolfini's first name?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be a. I mean, I shouldn't.
I mean,
because
it would. I mean, Polly Walnuts Gandolfini is kind of a badass name.
It's an amazing name. It's like, and like, you know, some people name their children after like a close family friend. It could happen. And it's still, I will say, it is not the answer. It was the joke selection, obviously, but it is up for grabs for anyone having a baby. Yeah, I've got a baby due in the winter, and we could
I feel like we just took something off your plate here.
Yeah, I think we can check that box. So let's take a look at how everybody did. His name is Michael Gandolfini. Nicely done. 73% of teams got that right. All right, here we go. Question number 2 in Inherited Roles. The highest grossing movie of 2018 featured John Connie and his son Atandwa, both playing King T'Chaka, the ruler of what fictional nation? So the highest grossing movie of 2018 featured both John Connie and his son Atandwa, both playing King T'Chaka, who is the ruler of what fictional nation? This one is short answer. Got to type it out, fill it in. I'm looking for the country, the fictional country, not the movie. The movie is not
Achilles. You saw the chat here.
Yeah, I saw the chat.
Okay, great.
I need to see the chat. I think.
Right.
I think we got this one.
So as a team, generally we confirm with each other before teams. I mean, but if you don't want to be that kind of a team, I feel like this is more of a Lennon and McCartney situation. If I'm right, where it's like
we bring in our and then we kind of like riff.
And I think I might be George Harrison in this. Yeah.
All right, question. The answer to this one, the movie is Black Panther, but I wasn't looking for the movie title. If I said the movie title, obviously it would be too obvious. It still might have been too obvious because the very high percentage got it right. King T'Chaka is the king of Wakanda in Black Panther, and both the dad and the son. The son is in the prelude part of the movie in Oakland in 1992, I think. All right, here comes question number 3. There are a few cases of kids actually portraying their parents, such as O'Shea Jackson Jr. playing his dad, better known by what stage name in Straight Outta Compton? Is it Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Eazy-E, or Dr. Dre? So O'Shea Jackson Jr. actually played his own dad. What is his dad's stage name?
That must be weird, right?
It's gotta be weird. It's gotta be weird for both of them, I feel. Like,
do you think like you tell your friends, like, I booked a part, and they're like, oh, who are you playing? And you're like, my dad.
Yeah, my dad. Oh, okay.
Wow,
yeah, sure. You must have worked hard for that one. All right, so this one, and yes, I know nobody picked it, and no, Snoop Dogg is not in NWA, but I had to pick. I had to make 4 answers. But this one, very high percentage on this one too. Nicely done. It's Ice Cube. Ice Cube, who is an actor himself. He should have just played himself, and they could have de-aged.
They should have just done the de-aging thing.
I guess it hadn't come far enough in 2017. They just should have had all of anyone who was alive just play themselves. Dr. Dre could have done it. All right. Here comes question number 4. Another multiple choice. Mario Van Peebles also played his own Melvin, R.I.P. Melvin Van Peebles just died recently, in a biopic about the making of what film that ushered in the blaxploitation era? Is it Foxy Brown, Superfly, Shaft, or Sweet Sweetback's Badass Song? So what movie is the movie starring Mario Van Peebles as his dad about?
The movie of the movie.
The movie of the movie.
A little bit of a tricky one.
It's a movie of a movie with a son playing his dad who made the movie. If
you thought we didn't catch it in the question, we caught it.
This is also how they pitched it. So it's a movie of a movie. It's not the actual, and then I'm the son of the guy.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not gonna make the movie. I'm gonna make a movie about the movie, and my dad will be there as me. All right, so this one was a little trickier. All of these are big early blaxploitation movies. But the one that was made by Melvin Van Peebles, often credited for, some call it the first blaxploitation movie. It's Sweet Sweetback's Badass Song. And the movie about the movie is called Badass, which makes it it's another layer of, it uses the badass spelling to just add another layer of simulacrum on top of it. All right, here comes question number 5. This one's short answer. Got to type it in and hit submit. In the 2015 Jennifer Lawrence movie Joy, a fictionalized version of this late comedian makes an appearance played by her daughter and frequent TV co-host Melissa. So I'm looking for the comedian who was played by her daughter in a brief scene in the Jennifer Lawrence, David O. Russell movie Joy.
The previous one is also the inspiration for the title of like the most controversial Simpsons episode ever, right? It's Seymour Skinner's Badass Song.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. I forgot that they cribbed that. Mm-hmm. All right. So, or paid homage more than cribbing.
Paid
homage.
Paid homage.
Simpsons doesn't rip off. They pay homage. All right, so this one, nicely done on this one too, everybody. This is Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers shows up briefly in this movie, played by her daughter. And I watched the scene when I wrote this. It was like a QVC scene. I never saw Joy, but it seemed interesting, I suppose. All right, here comes number 6. Willow Smith and Quinn Dempsey Stiller voiced child versions of their parents' characters in the second installment of what animated franchise? So you can just name the franchise. Willow Smith and Quinn Dempsey Stiller voiced child versions of their parents' characters in the second installment of what animated franchise? This one's tougher, I guess, based on the answers or the lack of answers coming in. I feel like a lot of people didn't venture a guess on this one. So this one is Jada Pinkett Smith and Ben Stiller, who are the zoo animals. They're 2 of the zoo animals in Madagascar. They are only 20% on that one. That was a tougher.
Achilles, did we get that or no?
No, we put Night at the Museum, which doesn't make sense.
Right. I thought maybe there was an animated version of it.
Could have been. Question number 7. In the 2007 film Evening, Mamie Gummer plays the younger version of the character played by her mother, who is which Oscar-winning actress? Who is her mother? Is it Meryl Streep, Helen Mirren, Susan Sarandon, or Frances McDormand? In the 2007 film Evening, Mamie Gummer plays the younger version of the character played by her mother, who is which Oscar-winning actress? And they look very similar. This is I think that's the key to these, is that like you have to have like a really, you can't just be the kid. You have to have a very strong resemblance. All right, this one, I thought this one might be tougher than it turned out to be. Almost everybody got it. Mamie Gummer is the daughter of Meryl Streep. She's Meryl Streep's daughter. All right, and question number 8, your final question of round number 1. Fill in the blank. Although they weren't actually related, this actor's resemblance to a young Harrison Ford landed him roles as both Harrison Ford's son and later a younger version of one of Ford's signature characters. So I'm looking for the younger actor who played both Harrison Ford's son and a young version of Harrison Ford. These two really did. They do look very similar.
I think Mamie Gummer is great. Yeah. Mamie Gummer is great. I think that her name sounds like somebody George Costanza would date.
I'm dating Mamie Gummer, Jerry.
I'm getting Gummer, Jamie. I'm getting Gummer.
Here's a Gummer.
All right. So this one, he played Harrison Ford's son in the movie Mosquito Coast, and then he is the young Indiana Jones in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. It is River Phoenix. Only 33%. Interesting. I thought that would be. I thought that one would be easier. All right. No judgment.
I'm judging. I'll do the judging.
Achilles can do all the judgment for me.
Shame on you.
Off my hand.
Shame on all of you.
You should know
I do not know.
Brief filmography. All right. So let's take a look at the scoreboard after round 1. We've got 15 teams tonight. Nice. Here we go. Let's look at the teams, starting with the teams with 5, because that's third place right now. Marley's Chains with 5. If it ain't broccoli, don't fix it with 5. With 6 points, we got Ricky Scabs, the Turds, Sterling Cooper, and in first place with 7 points, Stallone, the producers and long-running primetime TV show, which is Achilles and Matt. So nicely done. You two are.
I know I'm supposed to be cheering for us, but I also got a shout out to the Turds. The Turds. Great team name. Way to go.
Yeah. And
kind of a cool spelling too.
Kind of a cool spelling with an I. Yeah. Really unexpected.
They are a regular and a very strong team. So it's a good team, good name. So nicely done. All right. It's an explanation of it. It's like the birds, but I see. I didn't know that. A little behind the scenes.
That doesn't work for me because I also spell birds with an E. So I guess if you say so. But
all right. So let's move on to our second round of the game, which is going to be Eraserheads. It's called Eraserheads. You got the Headless Horseman back there. So name the actor whose noggin has been deleted. I'm going to show you a picture, a still from a movie. I've erased someone's head, and you have to tell me that actor's name. Don't tell me the name of the movie. Tell me the actor. Okay, here we go. Erased actor number 1. Whose head is gone there?
What if we were all just like, I don't see the head gone. It's just. Did you erase a head on this?
Yeah, that's Mr. Checkerboard.
Yeah. That's my favorite actor, Mr. Checkerboard.
Mr. Checkerboard, and I mean this one, because this actor has a shaved head, it kind of looks like Slender Man, or like it's a kind of nightmare fuel this round a little bit. All right, so this one. That is, I think all answers are in. Yeah, it's Voldemort. Every one of these is Voldemort on the back of that guy's head. All right, this is J.K. Simmons. There he is, J.K. Simmons in Whiplash. 63% of teams got it right. All right, question number 2. Who is this? I also erased this person's neck.
Because you'd know it from the neck. If you could see their neck.
It's a dead. Yeah. It's a very famous neck.
Yeah. Just tattoos. Just a bunch of neck tattoos.
I'm glad you're finally bringing attention to this problem of white male erasure in Hollywood as well.
This is the remake of Outbreak with Travis Barker in it.
Pitch that.
Pitch that, yeah.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, he's kind of in everything right now, so yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's just Travis Barker and Machine Gun Kelly trying to solve to stop a pandemic from happening.
I would watch that.
Alex made the joke before I said it. I didn't see it. So it's parallel thought. It's not a ripoff. All right, so the movie is Arrival, and that's Amy Adams. Amy Adams telling a little squid, not little, it's a massive squid monster that she is a human.
They're called heptapods.
Heptapods.
So,
thank you, Achilles.
Don't want to.
Next week, I'm going to erase famous heptapod faces, and you'll have to identify them. All right, here comes number 3. Actor number 3. I left the hair in this one. I made some choices with this with my shopping on this one. This, I will say, is an underrated movie if you're looking for good Halloween stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen this movie.
I've not seen this movie.
This is Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula remake from 1992, and that is Gary Oldman acting opposite a man trying for dear life to do a British accent and not doing a great job. It's Keanu Reeves.
Hey, nice.
It's Keanu doing his best as Jonathan Harker. I love Keanu, but he was not the man for this particular.
Not an accent man.
Not an accent man. No, he's got one accent, and it's Keanu Reeves. All right, actor number 4. Who's back there? Starting the timer. And remember, last names are fine. This is a round that's all names. So if you're running low on time or you don't want to chance it on a first name, you can go with a last name.
Jeopardy rules.
Jeopardy rules. 100%.
And Jeopardy rules.
Yeah, 100% there with the new host.
That went perfectly.
They're nailing it right now.
They are they're firing on all cylinders.
Mm-hmm.
Can do no wrong. All right, so this is from the movie Working Girl. Hopefully Melanie Griffith and her big teased hair helped you realize that. Another movie actually that has Harrison Ford, but that's not him. It's Sigourney. That's Sigourney Weaver there in that. Let's see, how did everybody do with that? 56% got Sigourney Weaver. Nicely done. All right, actor number 5. I'll give you a second. I think it might be starting the timer a little quickly for everybody, so I'll give you a couple extra seconds. Oh, thank you. DVRing Jeopardy to play the movie quiz. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, starting the timer now.
I like how you kept the hat on.
Yes, Well, this evolved. First, I was just going to erase like entire people, and then I was just like, I don't want to do all that work. I'm just going to do their heads. And then I was like, I'd like to keep the hat. It's a lovely hat, a little straw hat. All right, so the movie is Get Out, and the actor who's starring opposite Daniel Kaluuya here, is Lakeith Stanfield. That is Lakeith Stanfield, and he doesn't have a ton of screen time in this movie, but he makes it count. I really like his role in this movie. All right, question number 6. Who is that over there? This is in honor of the new release coming out on Friday. All right, I'm gonna give you a second and I'll start the timer now.
Did you see that a reporter asked Daniel Craig if he had seen the Ladies and Gentlemen, The Weekend GIF, and he had no idea what the person was talking about.
He had no idea. I saw
Never heard of it.
That someone told him about it, but I didn't know if he had what his reaction. He had no idea.
No idea. Had no clue.
I'm sure he was nonplussed. He seems like it feels like nonplussed is kind of his default setting. Just kind of like, oh, sure.
Yeah.
You'd expect them to be plussed, but
yeah, I would be very plussed by being a famous meme.
Yeah.
All right, so that is obviously this is from Casino Royale, or it's obviously from a James Bond movie, but it is Casino Royale, and that's the actor playing Felix Leiter, and his name is Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey Wright, nicely done. 44% of teams got that. This one actually was I gave a clue. I showed you a picture of Jeffrey Wright in a tuxedo today on Instagram. If you follow me at Trivia Man, give you little clues on game day that might give you a leg up going into the games. All right, here comes question number 7. Actor number 7. Hang on. There we go. Give me a second to think about it. And starting the timer now. I know we were literally just talking about this before we went on air, but I can't remember. Did either of you see this movie yet?
I've not seen it yet.
I've not seen it. Would really like to. I just haven't been to a movie theater yet.
It is coming to Disney Plus, like in I think a week or so. They're gonna I wanna see it in a theater. It seems like a theatrical movie, but I do I will just see this movie on the small screen. So we're talking around it a little bit. It is from the movie Shang-Chi. And so hopefully you've been keeping up with movies that are out now. This is a Canadian actor starring as Shang-Chi, and his name is Simu Liu. Simu Liu is his name. Nicely done. 63% are keeping up with the MCU. And new Simu's name. All right, here we go. And your final question of round 2. Who is this? This one's the most upsetting one that I made. This one I'm upset with myself for having made this choice. All right, starting the timer.
Oh, yes.
Shout out in the chat if you're still paying for AMC A-List, but you don't go to movie theaters anymore. We'd love to hear you shout out in the chat so I don't feel like an idiot for spending $24 every month.
Please tell me I'm not alone.
Please tell me I'm not alone. Stubbs Club, baby. Hell yeah, Barthbound.
Oh, I've got Stubbs. I do have Stubbs, but I think it's lapsed. I think or Premiere. There's like AMC.
There's too many. They got too much going on. It's not a good business model.
It's not. Yeah, it's too many. Let me just look through and make. All right, everybody's gotten their points here. All right, so this is he is playing the character Bullseye here. That is Colin Farrell. And this is part of my promise to you. Season 5 of the movie quiz. Every episode will have a Daredevil question. You have been Daredevil. He's right there. He's in the graphic. He's on here twice.
Oh, yeah.
You've been Daredevil for the 3rd week in a row. Congratulations.
Not even the Marvel Daredevil. Yeah.
No, it's the only it's the only Daredevil that counts. 2003's Ben Affleck vehicle Daredevil. All right. So,
I remember seeing it in the theater.
So do I. It was a Valentine's Day release in 2003. A very romantic movie to bring.
And it still is in the Starr household. Yeah.
If you're looking for a beautiful night in a romantic candlelit evening, throw on Daredevil, crank Evanescence. All right, so before we do the scores, let's do our lightning round. Let's do our lightning round for today's game. All right, so this is the first show of October. October is my favorite month. I love Halloween. We'll be doing a special Halloween show that I will be talking about again in just a little bit. But so I'm going to ask you a horror-related question. This question has 4 parts to it, so it's worth up to 4 points. You don't have to answer all 4 to get points. You'll get 1 point for every one of them that you get right. And this is a rare case on the movie quiz where order does count. Order does count. So you'll want to put things in the correct fields. I'll show you when the question opens up. So this is all about horror movie slashers. Okay. So the question is, name each iconic slasher's signature weapon, and order counts. So number 1, which will go in field number 1, number 2 in field 2, and so on. Number 1, Freddy Krueger. What's his weapon? Number 2, Jason Voorhees. What is his? Number 3, Leatherface. And 4, Michael Myers. So this is a rare case. Usually I don't care what order you put a multi-part question in. This one I do. And there is a sort of specific one for Jason. If you know what I mean. So here we go. I'm going to put 30 seconds on the clock. Here we go. Okay.
We'll see if we got any of those.
Yeah, right. This is a little bit spicier of movie fare than I normally go for.
This is not. Yeah, this is not. This is not. Let me regrade these because there's ways to explain these that. So, do you not do? Where do you both stand on horror movies, respectively? I'm curious.
I treat horror movies the way I treat sushi, which is that if I was living in Ohio at the time, I didn't have anything to do with them. But since becoming an adult, I've gotten more and more comfortable with it.
All right.
It's a genre that I'm familiar with, but not necessarily an enthusiast in. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Like, I feel like horror fans are very into horror stuff. Yeah.
I'm closer to that end of the spectrum, but I'm not like where like I love it. I actually find horror films relaxing in a strange way. Especially bad horror movies, because there's something about it. It's a very pliable genre that I enjoy. Again, though, hard to do when you have children at home. hard nut to crack. All right, so this one took me a second to regrade them because it's they're describing some of these weapons, especially Freddy Krueger's, can be a little tough. So I gave everybody credit for that. I called it just a bladed glove, a knife glove, razor glove. That is Freddy. 81% of teams got that right. Jason has a machete specifically. It is a machete. It's not just a knife. Leatherface is the killer of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And Michael Myers has a kitchen knife, butcher knife, or chef's knife, some people put. I would love to see it specifically be a chef, not like where he actually uses it to make a lovely dinner and like cut a nice piece of meat. That will maybe be in the new one coming out next week. All right, so let's take a look at our scores after 2 rounds and a lightning round. We've got a big tie up at the top. In third place with 13 points apiece, we've got If It Ain't Broccoli, Don't Fix It, and the producers. In second place, all by their lonesome with 16, is Ricky Scabs. And just ahead of them, we've got 4 teams tied at the top here at the halfway mark with 17 points apiece. We got the Turds, Marley's Chains, Sterling Cooper, and Achilles and Matt, long-running primetime TV show. So nicely done. Excellent work. We've still got plenty of points left on the board, especially in the last part of the last quarter of the game. But now is the time where I want to hand the microphone over to our guests and talk about upcoming stuff they're working on. Let's Achilles is in the upper section. I'll work top to bottom. Achilles, what would you like? What have you got going on?
I'll plug a show I do every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern at Caveat called Rat Scraps. It's an improv show. We have a guest monologist come on, tell stories from their life, and then we improvise scenes from those stories, and it's very fun. And there's a new monologist every single week, brand new show every single week, and you can live stream it. So if you're not in New York, or even if you are in New York and want to stay in, you could live stream it, or you can show up in person if you have a properly vaccine card. And it's really fun. So come on down.
That's awesome. And you were saying before the show that you had like 100 some odd people on the live stream for your recent shows.
I think so. Yeah. Like it's been really popular and we've been getting good feedback for the live stream stuff. And Caveat does a really good job of, kind of like editing it all live together. Yeah. So it looks really cool. So it's a good viewing experience at home.
Yeah, a lot of the people here, a lot of people playing, they played the movie quiz at Caveat. They did the live stream because they couldn't make it or they're out of town. And yeah, it was seamless getting everybody together. They did an amazing job with the live
and also there if you go to that website, you'll find information on discounted tickets for October for both live stream and live in-person shows. So definitely check that out.
Awesome. And Matt?
Yeah, lately I've been writing on a new show called Wowie TV. This is totally live streamed. WowieLive.tv there, yeah. It's a show that is for people who like weed, but not weed culture. It's been one of the crazier experiences. It's brand new. So if you want to be in on the ground floor of something, truly, if you want to like watch a show, you can call in, you can talk to the host, you can talk to the guests. You can ask questions. It's honestly been a lot of fun, but it's also it's weird to build something that's like totally new because you're not allowed to advertise weed on anything. And so honestly, watch and just tell me like when it gets taken down from the stream. I also am not a weed guy. Like that's the lamest thing about me is I've only ever bought weed legally, and so. And so truly, like any, if you're curious about it, if you use it a lot, there'll be something for you. It's been a lot of fun to work on, though. And the hosts are David Bory and Julia Razzi. They're both very funny. We've had some really terrific guests on talking about interesting things. And it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern or noon Pacific. So it's something to do like while you're working from home and you don't feel like working anymore.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, right off the bat in the chat, Ryan said it's me when you said it was people who like weed but not weed culture. So I think that's a definitely there's a big that's a large percentage of people feel.
Yeah, it's become a whole thing that we're trying very hard not to mention 420 at all. All. It won't come up.
Don't fall into that trap.
Not into it.
And I just also want to say that we were just talking about Caveat and we were talking about the last TMQ at Caveat, and I want to remind everybody we will be back. We will be back there at the end of the month for the scary movie quiz. It's going to be completely interactive. It'll work just like last time, where you can play in the theater, you can play at home, and we've got our lineup. It's going to be Gene Schoenbrunn, who's a writer director of a movie that's going to be in theaters and on HBO Max, and we got John Burchard, who hosts a really fun podcast all about movies called Box Office Time Machine, and we will have Billy the Puppet. Billy the Puppet from Saw, played by Yoni Lotan. It's really Billy the Puppet, obviously. Mm-hmm. You can get your tickets to it right here. I'm putting the ticket link in the chat. So come back. It was great to have everybody there. And it's going to be a big 7 p.m. So it'll be before all your parties start. Presumably, if you're cool. I also want to say a couple of people asked me my thoughts on Malignant, and I have to say I loved it in its own way. I was incredibly bored for the first 90 minutes, which is not a great review. But it's all in service of a completely batshit insane last 30 minutes, which
how long is this movie?
It's 4 hours and 15 minutes long. No, it's 2 hours. So it's digestible, but it was just like, it's fine. It was like, it's James Wan, and I was expecting like another like competent but not that engrossing horror movie in the vein of The Conjuring or Insidious, all the stuff he's done. And it was that, and then it just goes bananas.
And that's no spoilers here, but that's when the musical starts.
That's when it becomes a shot-for-shot remake of Grease, and I just was not expecting
waving at the car.
Yeah, Alex says her love language is going to bed at 9 so that I can watch scary movies at night by myself downstairs like a complete weirdo. Just hunkered down on the couch. All right, so let's jump into our third round of the night. This is our puzzle round. This one I know, Achilles, you're a Yankee fan, so anything baseball related is gonna hurt today. But I wrote this in advance. I wrote it optimistically, and they just did not come through. So the round is called Titletown. I think it should be pretty easy, especially compared to, I know last week was a tougher round. So I'm going to give you 3 hints that'll lead you to the name of a movie that has a city in the title. And the answer that you got to give me is the baseball team that plays there, the Major League Baseball team that plays in that city. All right. So don't give me the name of the movie. The name of the movie is going to lead you to the baseball team. And if it's a baseball team, if it's a city that has 2 baseball teams, either one will get you the point. All right. So it should be pretty straightforward. I think pretty easy. So here we go. Question number 1. Your clue is Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, Empire State Building. So go by the city that's in the title of that movie, and then tell me what baseball team plays in that city. Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, Empire State Building.
Right. I made the mistake you just told us not to make. And then now I get it. Now I understand.
So yeah, to clarify, all 8 answers will be the name of a baseball team. And there's no like minor league trickery in here. These are all like
imagine if you did.
Yeah, just like, I'm sorry, I'm looking for the Toledo Mud Hens on this one.
You looking for the You've Got Mail Cougars?
All right, so this one, the movie is Sleepless in Seattle, and who plays in Seattle? The Mariners, the Seattle Mariners. 75%, off to a good start. Nicely done. Question number 2, Tom Hanks, once again, Denzel Washington, unjust firing. Tom Hanks, Denzel Washington, unjust firing. Give me the baseball team. Achilles, did you watch all of last night's game? Did you watch it?
I was out to dinner with my girlfriend and her college friend. So there was like a TV in the restaurant. So I was kind of just like, and then on our way home, I'm like, oh, let's check the score. Oh, 6-1.
It was, and it was not even a real 6-2. There was Stanton hit like a pesky pole home run in the top of the ninth. It was completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
It was not. I stayed up the whole time.
It was a frustrating season.
It was tough. All right, so this one, the movie is Philadelphia. That stars the two of them. And who plays in Philly? But the Phillies, the Philadelphia Phillies is your answer. It's 75%. Again, pattern is emerging. All right, question number 3. Jimmy Stewart, Frank Capra, idealism versus corruption. Jimmy Stewart, Frank Capra, idealism versus corruption.
If you're curious in the chat, I'm contributing not that much to this round.
We're on the same page here, though.
Yeah. No, I didn't know this one.
All right, so this one, the movie is Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, and this is the team that won the World Series 2 years ago. It's the Washington Nationals. This is a little tougher, a slightly lower percentage on this one, 56%. All right, question number 4. Martin Scorsese, Bill the Butcher, Draft Riots of 1863. Martin Scorsese, Bill the Butcher, Draft Riots of 1863. All right. So this was a case where you could put this is a two team city, and it's here. It's this city that we were just talking about. Either the movie is Gangs of New York, so either the Yankees or the Mets, or if you put both, you got the point. All right, nicely done. Back to 75%. We're back at our baseline percentage here. Good job. Question number 5. Jamie Foxx, the aforementioned Colin Farrell, adapted from TV. Jamie Foxx, Colin Farrell, adapted from TV. This one's not Daredevil. This is not Daredevil. The Daredevils would be an excellent minor league team name, and that probably are somewhere. I'm sure there's but they should all have to dress like Daredevil. That would be the uniform.
They should all be blind too.
Yeah, exactly right. They have to all play by sound and smell, and an enhanced sense of hearing. All right, this one was trickier. This one was harder. So the adapted show, this movie was Michael Mann adapting his own TV show from the 80s, which was Miami Vice, making your answer the Marlins. The Marlins. Yeah, tougher on this one, 44%. Good job to that 44%. All right, question 6. Judy Garland, musical, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Judy Garland, musical, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
When I think of Judy Garland, I think baseball.
Yeah, she's a real. Yeah, she was a real down.
Get on base.
Yeah, she was a real knock the catcher down at the plate kind of rough and tumble player. All right, so this one also maybe a little tougher, but Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is from a famous movie called Meet Me in St. Louis. So it's St. Louis, and it's the Cardinals. Cardinals is your answer. All right, question number 7. Roxy Hart, Velma Kelly, Cell Block Tango. Roxy Hart, Velma Kelly, Cell Block Tango. Follow-up baseball question for Achilles. When the Yankees go out, or in any sport, when your team goes out, do you continue to watch, or do you not watch at all? Or Matt, do you? I don't know if you follow sports. I know Achilles does. So this is a question for anybody. Do you continue to follow the postseason, or do you just go, eh?
With baseball, I kind of just like stop. And then and I might, kind of like check in on the World Series, like the later rounds and stuff. With basketball, I'll watch any basketball game. So as a Knicks fan, even when, the Knicks are bad or, when they're eliminated, I'll keep watching no matter what. But with baseball, I'm like, once the Yankees are out, I'm out too.
Yeah. I subscribe to the fallacy that by cheering for the team that beat my team, it somehow makes me better.
It's like the transitive like, oh, well, right. like that team, like, subsumed your team's essence and is carrying it with them through the post. I tend to like check out and then, but I will always, and this is pretty much for any sport, even sports I don't follow super closely, I will watch the title game no matter what. Like if a team's about to clinch the World Series, or especially if it's a Game 7, if it's a Game 7, I'll probably watch the whole thing. If it's like a team's gonna maybe clinch, I'll check in the ninth, because I like seeing the championships happen. All right, so this one, very high percentage on this one. Another two-team city. I'm talking about Chicago, and it's the Cubs or the White Sox. Cubs or the White Sox. And question number 8, John Carpenter, Kurt Russell sequel. John Carpenter, Kurt Russell sequel. I see correct answers coming in. Nicely done. So this is a movie that was a sequel to a movie that had New York in the title, Escape from New York specifically, and it's Escape from LA, which means that you could put the Dodgers or the Angels for this one. They're both your LA teams. All right, so 56%. We finished out with 56% on that one. All right, so let's take a look at your scores and standings as we head into our final round. It's a double points round, though, so there's plenty of time to catch up if you're lagging behind. We've got in third place Ricky Scabs and the producers with 21 apiece. We've got Achilles and Matt in second with 24, and we got a three-way tie at the top with 25 between the Turds, Marley's Chains, and Sterling Cooper Rolling Deli Bets. So very exciting. It's going to come down. It's going to be a bang play to steal from baseball. But before we get there, this is a very special time in the show. Like I said before, this is a completely donation-based game. But so you can play for free, but we do rely on your donations, your tips to keep the show going. So, but instead of me just telling you about it, I like to give you something back for it. A visit from a very special Hollywood pop culture figure, and today is no different. I'm very excited. Please welcome to the show the boss himself, Bruce Springsteen is here. Bruce.
Yes. Hello, Chris. Chris Mann-Nelson. I'm coming to you from the sanctuary of soul, from the sacred dance halls to the tunnels of love, from the surf and sand of the boardwalk to the barber poles, neighborhood bars, and church steeples of town. I'm talking, of course, about the great state of New Jersey. Chris, I know you're a fellow Jerseyite. How you feel?
I'm here currently as well. Yeah.
Yes. I'm so excited to be here on your show. I play every week. I'm kind of an uncredited member of Sterling Cooper Rolling Daily Bets. I kind of follow along and text me answers. What's up?
I had no idea that you were all playing together.
Oh yeah, big time. I like to be on a winning team, you know.
They're giving you your credit. boss.
Yeah.
They're saying they don't know what they do without you.
Yeah. Feels good. Feels good to hear.
So I want to talk about the importance of donating to the quiz, but I just want to know what you've got going on, Bruce. It's been a while since we caught up.
I've had such an exciting year. Let me just ask you, have you seen it? You've seen High Fidelity, right?
I watched that a ton when I was younger.
So you know how I have a little cameo in High Fidelity. I talked to John Cusack in a dream.
That's right.
Okay, so you know how you can get a disease, but then like it lays dormant for a year or like several years, and then it starts giving you symptoms a long time later?
Yeah.
That's me with the acting bug. I just got it.
You just caught the bug.
Well, I got it, 20, 30 years ago when I made that movie, but I'm just starting to feel it now. I'm auditioning all over the place, man. It feels really exciting, and I was hoping maybe you could help me out with an audition I've got coming up.
Yeah. Oh, I would absolutely love to, because you were amazing in that one brief scene. So if I can only imagine what you're capable of given a larger media role.
I'll give you a little bit of a behind the scenes on High Fidelity, Chris. You know how I'm kind of clutching my guitar in that movie like it's a safety blanket a little bit?
Leaned over the Telecaster. Sure.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed in a lot of other interviews I do that I kind of always have to be holding something, usually a guitar. Like I can't really articulate thoughts unless I've got a guitar in my hand.
Right.
And I think it was kind of born on that movie. That's the first time I ever did that.
That's where it got, it burrowed in with the acting bug.
Yeah, thanks, man. So I got a big audition coming up for Succession. Is this a show you're familiar with?
It's not, but I know of it.
Okay.
Of course.
So
I'm happy to help.
I would love for you to just the audition is kind of improvised. So I'm going to be in there with the guy who plays Kendall. I'd love for you to be Kendall. All you got to know, it's about a feuding family, and Kendall's one of the sons. Okay.
Right. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to come in and I'm just going to be like, "Hey, Kendall, you rough riding son of a bitch."
You Bruce Springsteen. Are you yourself in?
I'm kind of Bruce Springsteen in the world of Succession. So
I assume that
all these creative curses around. I'm talking about like fucking pigs dipped in honey and shit like that. I don't know. They do all this cursing on the show. It doesn't make much sense to me, but I'm trying to get into it,
So I'll venture a guess here. I'll say Bruce Springsteen, you will never get control of this family's media empire. Okay.
Very good.
Thank you. You will. I refuse. You will not. You're not entitled to any shares in this media empire, Bruce Springsteen.
Oh yeah. Well, let's see if you're singing the same tune after I spin you around, dunk your head in, bobbing for apples, and then fuck you like a frog on a Sunday afternoon.
Well, I think
this is how they talk on the show, man.
How they talk on the show.
This is what they do. The whole show.
But then you.
What?
But the only thing I think is missing, Bruce, is you need. I feel like maybe it would have been stronger had you been just huddled over.
Yeah, I hear you. That's
you gotta use what you know. I think to get yourself the role.
I mean, why push needlessly when I can just rely on what I know? I hear you. Hey,
what's up, Bruce?
No, I feel good. I want to say thank you. That's the kind of feedback. That's why I run it by trusted friends, and
I mean, if we're anything, we're trusted friends.
I know. I mean, I'm so new to this. I've just spent my life in music, and now I feel like it's all been a waste. And I've been rewriting some of my old songs to talk more about acting. And I don't know how much time we have, but do you want
to? A couple seconds. We've got
a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I got this. I'm gonna sing the chorus of The River, okay? But it's about how I'm a struggling actor now. You ready? Okay, it goes like this. I go home for Thanksgiving. All my friends are on TV. Oh, why does this happen to me? Ding, ding, ding. I go home for Thanksgiving. All I see is Zach Cherry. Oh, why does this happen to me? Talk about the struggle of being an actor, you know?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
before you feel like you feel like you could do something really big.
I mean, you for so long you've been the voice of people, the working class person, the person who is struggling, aspiring. I think it'll work, Bruce.
Okay, yeah.
But clutch the guitar, or maybe like do a war picture where you can have like a big rifle.
We have a guitar here, and I was thinking about getting it, but Patty's working in the other room right now, and I didn't want to.
You don't want to interrupt her process. But boss, can you just tell people why it's so important to donate to the quiz real quick?
Giving to the quiz is so important. I mean, what else am I going to do on Wednesday nights? You know what I mean? I've been here on Sterling Cooper Rolling Daily Bets ever since this pandemic started, and it's like that really got me through. I've been writing songs here and there, but they're just kind of okay. You know what I mean? So like being a part of this and keeping it going in that way and honoring the work and the sweat and the blood that Chris pours into this thing, it's just the least you could do. And you know what? I'm going to do it too.
Well, I appreciate that, boss. I really do. And I appreciate everyone giving. You can donate for the live stream with, we got tipping widgets down below the leaderboard. You can, there's a few ways to support the show. Donate to the show, buy tickets to the live show, live stream, or in person, or just let people know. Word of mouth is a big, let people know about the show, have them play if they're movie fans, trivia fans, or fans of Bruce Springsteen playing trivia secretly in the chat. So thank you, boss. You said you can't stay tonight, right? Is that?
I can't stick around for too long. I got a lot to do. You know, Patty's parents are coming soon, and the house is kind of a mess. So, you know. Yeah, you gotta vacuum and Swiffer. I gotta vacuum. I do all that myself, you know, Chris. I mean, I'd be if I had made my kids do that, or I made someone else do that, I'd be a fraud, you know. That'd be fraudulent. Yeah. You have to keep you have to retain the struggle. Well, thank you, boss. I truly appreciate it. What? I truly appreciate your time. Oh yeah. Well, I love it. Thank you so much. And I'd be here anyway. I know. Good luck to you and the rest of Sterling Cooper Rolling Daily Bets. I'll see you later, boss. Thank you so much. And everybody donate. You can donate to the quiz, buy tickets to the live show, or let people know about all of it. Bring more people into the PMQ fold. So I know you guys are probably a little starstruck after that. But let's compose ourselves and move on with our final round of the game. It's your double points round. Every question is worth upwards of 2 points, and it's called Rock On Walk-Ons. So Achilles and Matt, you guys were responsible for one of my favorite shows of all time to either watch or be a part of, which was the Battle of the Bands. And you were in a band together. So I thought this would be the perfect time to talk about bands cameoing in movies. So this is going to be a visual double points round. I'm going to show you a picture of a GIF, actually, some of them of bands in a movie as themselves. For 1 point, name the band. For another point, name the movie. All right, here we go. Band or movie number one. Who's the band and what's the movie?
I can't believe Zach Cherry booked a Springsteen song too.
That guy just books everything.
That guy's got cameos and everything. Yeah.
All right, so nicely done. Good job to everybody on this one. This is Aerosmith showing up. It's specifically Wayne's World 2, but if I'm not going to be ridiculous about this. If you put Wayne's World, that is fine. 88% of teams got Wayne's World or Wayne's World 2, and 69% got Aerosmith. Good job. Here comes number 2. Who's the band? What's the movie? The first GIF or GIF. I feel like I never say GIF because I first heard it as GIF and I can't go back. I think is how
I say GIF too.
Mm-hmm.
Like gift.
It's more like I'm just used to it at this point, and like it's habitual. All right, another good percentage on this one. This is from 2007's Simpson movie, and that's Green Day. Green Day showed up as themselves briefly in the beginning of that movie, and it's one of those classic Simpsons cameos where they all die. They all like sink into the toxic lake. All right, number 3. What's the band? This one, I think I will be specific. I will ask for specificity on the movie. And most of these when the band shows up in the movie, they're invariably on the soundtrack somewhere. All right. Yeah, I guess this one was a little bit tough. That is ZZ Top showing up in Back to the Future Part 3. ZZ Top. I guess this one kind of breaks the rules because they're not themselves, because ZZ Top, as far as we know, was not alive in 1885. They're not technically themselves, but look at them. They're basically,
as far as we know.
We can't confirm that ZZ Top is not. Although, wait, didn't one of them die? So I guess they're not immortal. But
one of them's on Bones. One of them is on Bones, kind of a lot.
Wait, hang on. Before I move on, one of ZZ Top is on Bones a lot.
Just one guy from ZZ Top.
A character on Bones is the daughter of ZZ Top.
Wow.
Is it one of the Beard?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the Beard guys. Yeah.
Wow. It's just Z.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Question number 4. Who's the band? What's the movie? The answer, the movie answer is hidden. It's like a little Easter egg in there. Yes. Hello. Hi, Peter. Peter's here for the next game. And yes, that is true. The only non-bearded ZZ Top member is the one whose name is Beard. It's a
well, that's confusing.
It's very confusing. All right, and yeah, if you're here for Meredith and Peter's show, head on over to quiz.nyctrivialeague.com for your digital answer sheet. You're watching the end of the movie quiz. Their show will start as soon as this one's done. All right, so this is Twisted Sister showing up, and you can see him over there on his special bike. That is Pee Wee Herman over there. That is Twisted Sister at the end of Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Pee-wee's Big Adventure is your answer. All right, question number 5. Name the band, name the movie. This one I put this one on Instagram today too. I think this one I will editorialize and say the band is easy. The movie might not be. Have you guys been continued playing? Have you kept up with guitar during the pandemic and all?
It's funny you should ask.
Oh no! Never give a guitar player an opening.
Fine, I will. Yes.
Right. Sure.
Oh, this thing.
Yeah.
So this is the band is the Ramones. They're kind of unmistakable. And the movie, they provided the titular track for this is Rock and Roll High School. Rock and Roll High School is the name of this band. It was of the movie. It's a Roger Corman movie. They made a lot of Rock and Roll High School sequels for some reason, but the Ramones were only in the first one. All right, this next one, this is not a band, but name the artist. It's still an iconic artist. Name them, name the movie. This one's also not confirmed that he's playing himself in the film. He could be playing just a generic guy.
I owned this on VHS.
Yeah, me too. I remember seeing this in the theater, and the first movie is like so much darker in tone, and then this movie literally has Vanilla Ice in it. They did a real 180. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. This one I was not a hard ass on either. You could just write Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TMNT. But it is specifically The Secret of the Ooze. It's where they find out the secret of the ooze. Check it out. It culminates in the Vanilla Ice concert, which is where the finale is. All right. Question number 7, band and movie. Their name actually shows up there. There's a banner with their name on it, and so I had to block it out.
Real quick answer from Matt for this one.
This one I had on fucking lock.
This is why this is how team trivia works. You've got your very specific.
It was almost as if you've seen this movie several times, and were a fan of this band.
I will unabashedly admit I was a fan of this band and bought this soundtrack. I have somewhere in my home.
I might have gotten this wrong. I'm curious to see. I might have mixed up my ska bands here.
Wait, what'd you put, Matt?
I put Real Big Fish. Was I right?
You are correct. It is, and I think you are 3 teams got it right. It's Real Big Fish showing up in Basketball. They are the in-house band for the Trey Parker.
Fuck you, Less Than Jake. Not Less Than Jake. Yeah.
I actually saw Real Big Fish a couple of times in concert back in like the early 2000s. They were good. Until I got like really oddly bitter about being a one-hit wonder and wouldn't stop writing every song just about being angry about that. And your last one, this grotesque image. This is the toughest one, I think, and that's why it's last. I know there's some people in the chat, and I know there's some regulars who I've spoken to about this movie, so I know that some people will get this right. All right,
this is an insane.
It's
insane gift.
So insane that like to have it just on a loop over and over. And I watched the clip of it like in context. It's like 2 seconds long, and just to have it going on over and over. Watching the movie is called Idle Hands, and that is Dexter from The Offspring. The Offspring is he's getting his head ripped off there. Let's remove that grisly image. All right, before we head into our big bonus, our final bonus points question of the game, let's take a look at our leaderboard. We've got, with 33 points apiece, Marley's Chains and the Producers. In second place with 38, we got Sterling Cooper with Springsteen on it, and Achilles and Matt with 38. And the Turds have jumped into sole possession of first place with 40 points. But this last question is worth up to 6 points. So it's your post-credits bonus. I'm going to ask you a question that has 2 correct answers, but I'm going to give you a third fake answer as an option. Each correct answer is worth 3. But if you pick the incorrect answer and hit submit, you'll get 0. You won't get credit for the correct one that you got. So it's a gamble. So if you know one for sure and you don't want to chance it, you're like 3 points is good for me. Just pick one, hit submit. You don't have to risk it on both. All right. So tonight we've talked about parents and kids, famous parents and kids, and we've talked about musicians. So that is where so your last question is about actors whose parents are rock stars. All right. Actors whose parents are or musicians, more specifically, not rock stars specifically. All right. So here's your question. Rock star progeny Zoe Kravitz, Lenny Kravitz's daughter, has shared the screen with which 2 other children of musicians in different movies, not together? One time was in Shyamalan's After Earth. The other was in the YA series Divergent. So Zoe Kravitz has been on screen with 2 other children of musicians in 2 different movies. One was After Earth. One was the YA series Divergent. Pick the correct 2 children of musicians. All right. It looks like I don't think anybody fell into the trap. This is the first first. I don't think anybody got this wrong. So well done. She was in the obvious one here. You had kind of a gimme here in the form of Jaden Smith because he was in After Earth, and Ashley Judd, Naomi Judd's daughter, was in Divergent. All right, so nicely. Oh, I just knocked over a water bottle. No cause for alarm. Everything's fine. Everything is fine here. Don't look. All right. So nicely done. Let's take a look at your final leaderboard for the night. Your winners. It's going to be the same teams. Marley's Chains took 3rd place with 39 points. Sterling Cooper took 2nd, tied with Achilles and Matt with 44. And the Turds holding on to the top spot. Nicely done. Congrats.
Give it up to the Turds.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, that's why you don't pay anyone a compliment ever. You pay them a compliment and then they just you'd never be nice to anyone.
We were just talking about this. The Turds are gonna win it all. I'm a Turds boy for life.
Matt's angling to get on the Turds soon. Just
that's when the real money comes in.
Get that Turds money. All right. So thank you guys. Check out Matt and Achilles shows that we were talking about before, Wowie TV and Rat Scraps. Go check them out. And as far as my plugs, check out the TMQ at Caveat Halloween special. Stick around for. Thank you guys so much. It was a blast having you back. All right. Yes. Nicely done. Nice. Just 2 points off of first place. Nicely done. So everybody, stay tuned for Meredith and Peter's show. It's going to start in just a couple of seconds. And stay safe. Watch some movies, and I will see you back here for next Wednesday night at 7 for Game 4 of Season 5. McClunky.